It should have been summer. But in June of 1816, New England farmers woke to find snow on their fields. Crops froze under white drifts. Livestock huddled together in icy barns. And in Switzerland, a group of writers sat by the fire, watching relentless rain streak the windows, unaware that one of them, Mary Shelley, was about to write a novel that would haunt generations, Frankenstein. This was no ordinary bad weather. It was the aftermath of an extraordinary eruption. On April 10th, 1815, halfway around the world, Mount Tambora in present-day Indonesia exploded in the most powerful volcanic eruption in over 1,000 years. It spewed between 37 and 45 cubic kilometers of ash and rock into the atmosphere, more than 150 times the material released by Mount St. Helens in 1980. The blast killed at least 60,000 people locally, but its true impact would spread much farther and linger much longer. The eruption launched fine ash and sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, forming a layer of sunlight-reflecting aerosols that encircled the planet. Global temperatures fell by up to 1 degree Celsius. Crops withered. Skies dimmed. Weather patterns twisted into chaos. It was, in every sense, a volcanic winter. The timing made it worse. Earth was already in a cooling phase known as the Little Ice Age, and the sun was entering a quiet period called the Dalton Minimum, marked by reduced solar activity. Environmentandsociety.org. Tambora's eruption didn't just cool the planet, it amplified existing trends into a full-blown climate crisis. In the summer of 1816, the Northern Hemisphere endured bizarre, unrelenting cold. In New England, snow fell in June. Frosts struck as late as August. Farmers watched entire fields of corn and oats blacken and die overnight. Canada recorded blizzards. Across the Atlantic, Europe was drowning. Weeks of cold rain flooded fields and ruined harvests. In Switzerland, the summer sun barely made an appearance. Starvation loomed and riots broke out in cities like London and Paris. People smashed grain carts and stormed warehouses. In the midst of this misery, culture quietly adapted. That rainy summer, a group of writers, including Lord Byron, Percy Bysshe Shelley, and Mary Godwin Shelley, were vacationing in a villa near Lake Geneva. Trapped indoors by constant storms, they entertained each other with ghost stories. Byron issued a challenge: write something truly terrifying. What emerged from that retreat would change literature forever. Mary Shelley, then just 18 years old, began writing Frankenstein. The stormy weather and shadowed skies influenced not just her mood, but her plot. A scientist playing God, lightning cracking overhead, nature turned against man. Meanwhile, the skies themselves were transformed. British artist J.M.W. Turner and German painter Caspar David Friedrich captured sunsets soaked in crimson, colors now believed to be caused by volcanic aerosols scattered high in the atmosphere. The disaster also spurred innovation. With oat crops failing, horses became expensive to feed. In Germany, Baron Karl von Drais invented the Draisine, a two-wheeled human-powered vehicle, essentially the ancestor of the modern bicycle. But for most, the year without a summer meant only hardship. In Ireland, extreme weather damaged crops and worsened food insecurity. In mainland Europe, a typhus epidemic spread through malnourished populations, claiming tens of thousands of lives. In India, disrupted monsoons contributed to cholera outbreaks that spread along trade routes. In the United States, desperate farmers migrated westward, chasing the promise of more stable climates. The Midwest, once a frontier, began to see its first waves of white settlement. The legacy of the year without a summer became etched into the demographic map of the continent. And yet, as devastating as it was, Tambora's eruption also opened a window into humanity's vulnerability and adaptability. It reminded the world that a single natural event could ripple across every border, touching agriculture, health, society, art, and memory. The 1816 climate disaster stands today not only as a meteorological anomaly, but as a symbol of fragile interconnection. It gave birth to monsters, both literal and metaphorical, and it all began with a bang. One eruption, 1 year, no summer. If you liked what you watched, please like and subscribe. We post interesting and crazy stories from throughout history every Wednesday and Saturday. Yesterday's craziness? Because yesterday was crazy too.